2026 Mini Cooper C 5-door, and I'm going to review it here at Cars by Muslim. This video with the key fob. This right here is Mini's key fob, fully plastic in a cylindrical shape. Of course, we have Mini's logo right in front, which is also the lock button for the vehicle. We have the unlock, the boot opening, and its auto startup or home lights. And we also have Mini's verbal logo in the back of the key. With the front of the car. Now the first thing we can see in this Mini Cooper is of course the redesigned logo right here. It has gold finish with the plastic circle right there representing the brand of the car. Now you probably noticed that there's black trims going on with the car. This is the base model, which is the C style. So right here around the lights we've got black trims. We also have the black trimming going around the grille and also plastic materials used for the grille over here. Now it's not blocked, it's actually hollow to let the air come out. We've got the sensor over here in the center, and of course back to the light we've got daytime running lamp right here / indicator. We've got the nighttime running lights up here and here. This is mostly for the fog lamp since it's not in the bottom bumper. Now that we see these, we've got two sensors on the front bumper. We've got one on this side and one on the other side. Side bodywork of the car. Now the first thing we all see are the rims. Now right here are the 18-inch alloy wheels. As you can see here, we've got silver design going on with the mix of grey, which gives a really big exposure to the car, especially with the white paint bodywork. Now let me tell you that this is not the basic rim you guys get with the C style. You guys will get a 4-cut grey colored rim. It's not alloy, it's plastic, but this is an additional cost. And of course you've got up above the rim we have black bodyworks going on right here. Moving on to the doors, we have black door handles, but if you want to have body colors such as white or any other color you guys pick, you can get them in the same body color, but it's an additional cost. Again, let me remind you, since it's a base model, we get black trimming going throughout the whole car, and you also get black side view mirrors, but you could also get them in body colors, same with the door handles. And also let me tell you that these can also be auto folding, but it doesn't have blind spot monitoring. To the rear of the car. Now since Mini Cooper has moved to minimalism and simplicity, there's not much going on around the back of the car. Of course we've got 4 sensors going around the back bumper, black bumper over here with the reverse light up in the bottom of the car. We've got the boot handle over here, click it and the boot opens. Of course the gold emblem with the black surrounding circle, and the model name is right here in the black trim. In both sides we've got LED tail lights. Now the brake light, reverse light and indicator, all 3 of them are LED on both sides of course. And we've also got the rear view wiper with of course a spray to clean your wiper. When we enter the car, I'd like to speak about the door, more specifically the driver's door. Of course the first thing we see are the lock and unlock controls right here, but we do not get them on all 4 sides of the door. We only get them on the driver's side. We've got a Mini style door handle, circular cylinder type, which matches the key, and we've got the main controls. Of course we've got the locking windows for all 4 windows. We've got 4 window controls over here. They are auto, all 4 of them. We've got the controls for the mirror as well for both sides, and we've also got auto folding right here. Talk about the seat material before we enter the interior of the Mini Cooper. Now this is the base model Mini Cooper, which I said the C style. We do get fabric in black. We also get fabric in cream, but it does come with the black stitching around it. There is no heating or cooling or massaging functions in this car, not even in the higher trim levels, but you do get cooling and heating, just not massaging. And let me remind you, since this is a base model, you get manual controls for your seat. Of course you can bring your seat front using that lever over there, increase your seat level of course, and your back. So before we speak about the interior, let's go ahead and start this Mini Cooper. Let's talk about the Mini's interior. Now right here in front of us is the Mini Cooper steering wheel. Right over here, the steering wheel is wrapped around with leatherette. of course, with the horn in the middle, with Mini Cooper's logo right there. Again, it's with gold with black inside, with the Mini Cooper's logo right there. On the left side of the steering wheel, you've got cruise control settings over here, and on the right you've got all your media controls such as music, favorites, and your volume over here. Calling button is over here as well, and you've also got voice assist in the Mini Cooper, which would show in the infotainment system. Now before we go to the infotainment system, I'd like to talk about the clusters right here. They're really good quality if you want to take a good listen. And they're also the fog lamps as well. Engage it and then disengage it. And on the right over here we've got the wipers controlled over here, solely only wipers for front and back. Now on top of the steering wheel, in front of the steering wheel, we've got the digital driver display right here. Now of course I don't think you can see it through the camera, but you can control it using this knob right here. Just control it, you can scroll down and then click on it to close, and your speed dial shows up right in front of you. Now right in front of the digital driver's display, you've got this cool lighting animation, and you're probably wondering where it comes from. It comes from right behind this 9-inch OLED screen display right there. Let's talk about the infotainment system. Now right here in front of us is the 9-inch OLED display by Mini. Now I want to add that the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is both wireless in this base model Mini Cooper. Do keep in mind that its competitors such as the Volkswagen Golf does not have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as wireless but wired, which is a really good feature for base model Mini. Now right here is the home screen. So you've got the AC controls, radio, home button, which I'll show you later. You've got the navigation and your phone calls. Now right in front of you right now is the Mini navigation. You've got your Bluetooth over here, air controls for driver and passenger. You've got the speed dial over here in case you want to look on your infotainment system instead on your driver's display. And of course you've got seat belt functions over here. You can see whether your child's buckled or not. And yeah, by clicking this button you have all of your features and buttons right over here. If you want to take shortcuts, you can go to infotainment, vehicle, recently used, and yeah. Now going to the bottom of the screen, we have the controls. Over here is the engine toggle. We've got the experiences, which I'll show you later on in the video. We've got its volume increasing and decreasing right here. It will show up on the right of the screen. And on the left we have the gear. Now over here we have the parking brake, drive, park, reverse, and neutral. Now sadly we don't have the gearbox here. We just got an empty storage space over here, 2 cup holders, but no wireless charging. We just have this strap over here. I think it's to hold your phone, but no use. And let me tell you that this is a 6-speed automatic gearbox. From 0 to 60 miles per hour, this is 5.8 seconds, and if you want it in kilometers, it's the same. 0 to 100, 0 to 60, 5.6 seconds, which is quite impressive for a Mini. Golf is 5.9 or 6. Now, going down from these buttons, we've got, of course, the menu for the Mini. We've got the parking sensors and cameras. We've got the hazard display. We've got the max heating and rear heating over here. I've already mentioned the cup holder. We have 2 cup holders which could fit medium-sized bottles or cups. We don't have any wireless charging. This could be a stand for your phone if you don't want it to fall all over. We've got a small cubby over here where you could keep your key, of course, and your armrest. Moving on to the top of the car. Right here, every car has this, but this is a sun visor which is wrapped around in fabric. Of course, you can move this to the side over here if the sun is distracting you over here. Now once you open this, you have a mirror, but there is no light. So once you're in the dark, you can't see yourself, so you need either a flashlight or any source of light to see your face on the mirror. Now right beside the sun visor, you've got the light controls. Of course, individually you can open them on both sides. You can also click this button to operate it from your screen. Now you also have your SOS button, and by clicking this button right here, the sun, you have lights which open in the front and in the back. Before we move on to the rearmost of the car, I'd like to show the experiences which Mini provides with this Mini Cooper. Now just by toggling the switch of the experiences, it comes up on your screen. Now you have core, green, personal, vivid, timeless, balance, and if you go all the way to the top, we have Mini's iconic go-kart, which I personally like. Before we enter the rearmost interior of the car, I'd like to talk about the rear doors. Now, we don't have much going on except for the cylinder-shaped mini door handles in gold. We have the door mirror, which is also auto, and then lift it back up. It is a soft close, which is pretty nice. You have this nice handle to grab your door and close it. You don't have any big cubbies. You have this really small one. You could fit a mini bottle, maybe some of your personal stuff as well. And since this is a base model, it's quite impressive that it has an LED light strip on both sides of the door. Now that we're in the back, the front driver's seat is according to my seat adjustments, and though this is a pretty small car, I have decent amount of leg room. I can move my legs freely. I have decent amount of knee room, and I have nice thigh support as well. The seats are raised up pretty high up, but one thing I noticed is this cup holder is taking up a lot of space. So if we have a passenger sitting in the middle seat right here, he'll have to give his legs to our space, which would be quite annoying for us if we have 3 passengers at the back. Before I talk about the seat materials of the rear seats, I want to talk about the lights for the rear seat. Now, it's not that advanced. We only have 2 basic lights, one for the right side and the left side. Left side and right side. They're quite bright. You can clearly see these properly. If I turn it off, you can't see it. The only time you see it is when this is on and you can see the color. Let's talk about the seats. Now, of course, the seat material will be the same as the ones in the front. It is fabric stitched with black, with red and white stitching. You have a bit of blue and silver underlining over here. Seat belts, of course, safety is key. We've got 3 seat belts for all 3 seats. Headrests, which are easily movable, and we have ISOFIX on all 3 seats. Actually 2 seats, which is actually pretty good for a mini car like Mini. Now moving on to the boot. Right here we have a really spacious 326 liters of boot space in this Mini Cooper 5-door. Of course, we have the load cover as well, which would take up some space, but if we remove it, we'll have loads of space. Another thing is there is extra space under. Let me just get out. Right here we've got tons of extra space, but we don't have an extra wheel, which is not a really good thing because we don't know what's going to happen on the road to us in the future. And we could remove the seats by pushing it down, by pulling the lever and then pushing it down. And we have about 700 liters of boot space. But one thing I want to add is that there's a bit of a hump, which is going to be a bit difficult to add your stuff. You're going to have to carry it by leaning your body in towards the boot, which won't be as comfortable as the Golf, because Golf seats are all flat. Let's talk about the engine of the Mini Cooper 5-door C style. Now this right here is a 1.5 front wheel drive, which produces about 160 horsepower and 275 newton meters of torque. Now like I mentioned before, this 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 is 5.6 seconds, which is quite impressive for a car this size. Let's talk about pricing. Now this specific car which I have, which is the 5-door base model Mini Cooper C style, is at about 120,000 dirhams, which is the starting price for a 5-door. Now if you want to go for an S or a John Works, which is the sports trim, it will go really high up. And if you want to go for the motor change, such as the Exclusive or the John Works, price increases again. But the 3-door Mini Cooper starts at about 105 to 109 depending on your trim level again, which is actually a pretty fair price for people looking for a small car such as Mini. Let's talk about Mini's 3 annoying. Now, since you're paying 120,000 dirhams for a car like this, you expect some type of good quality. But right here, I'm going to show you what this car lacks in. Every bit you touch, except for this one, this is covered in a slight bit of leatherette. It's all plastic, which doesn't show the superiority of a car which is priced at a 120,000. The second annoying feature which I found out is this right here. To be honest, I don't find any point in this, except if you want to keep your phone somewhere. I think this is the ideal spot. It has an elastic band here. Put your phone, strap it on, and put your phone towards the screen, and I think that's how it works. I have no idea what it is. There is no storage for the phone, so I think that is what you do. The final annoying feature which I find on the Mini Cooper is the boot. Now, of course, once you open it, it is flat. There is no cushioning or nothing to keep your face or eyes safe. So if you open the boot quite quickly, once you're in a rush, you might hit yourself in one of these corners, which will cause you an injury, which is quite annoying in this car. Especially since you're paying 120k, you don't expect to get yourself injured in a car. Let's talk about 3 good features. The first good feature are these lights. Now, since it's a base model, you still have the leverage to change your light settings in the rear and in the front. You have 3 settings where you could change the light design. First, you could have your LED lights which are glowing over here up on the side, or you could have them all around the light, which is pretty cool. I don't think any other competitor such as the Golf has this type of feature, which is pretty good for me. The second good feature which I found is the driver's display up on the screen. Now, what I find pretty cool is that this right here goes down once you switch off your ignition. So let's switch it off and then open your door. It goes down, which could reduce your accidents such as cracking this glass, which would be pretty expensive. And finally, the third good feature is up on the dash. Now, most competitors have these shut air vents, which could be very annoying. You know, you could hear the clicks and everything. It just sounds and looks very cheap. But Mini stepped up on their game. Just twist this and your AC is off. You don't feel anything. It's completely off. You don't hear anything. It doesn't look cheap. It looks pretty expensive. It's pretty good. Now, before we move on to my final verdict, let's go ahead and turn off the Mini Cooper's ignition. Now it's time for my final verdict. Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you go right ahead and buy it? I suggest you go right ahead and buy it. It's a pretty good mini car for individuals, bachelors, or anyone else who's looking to have a mini such as this. It's also perfect for small families. I think it's also in terms of cost, it's better than the Golf GTI or any other mini cars. I think this is perfect for small families or individuals. For any more videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.